All right. Good morning. Wednesday morning. Um, and what do we got going on a Wednesday morning? Oh, didn't even have that ready. Look at that. All right. So today we got durable goods orders, which we're gonna watch. That's at 8:30. So that's gonna set the tone for the market. And everybody's looking for the orders to slow down a wee bit. So we'll see what happens. See if it comes in hot or if the orders slow down. That's the effect the Fed's getting. But now everybody's upset that the Fed is having an effect and they're worried about a recession. So I don't know. What else is going on? Pending home sales, a good number to watch. Everybody's crying about a home sale or home price recession, housing market recession. Um, and if you recall, a few months back, everybody was bitching because the prices of houses were going through the roof and people couldn't afford to find a place to live and the whole nine yards. So this is a natural cycle, but sensationalism on the news makes it a big deal. And then I'm afraid of the market because we're going to go into recession. We wanted a little recession, man. We want to slow down a little bit. They don't have confidence in the Fed. Well, when the Fed started raising interest rates, they said the interest rates are never going to slow down inflation. And it looks, I mean, everybody could argue that we've hit the peak and it's coming down. So that argument that the Fed didn't know what they were doing was wrong. They insist that the Fed threw us into this situation, but I really don't see that as the case because it was shutting down our entire economy to protect 0.3% of our population. The other countries doing the same, creating a supply chain. Whoa. So I got confidence in the Fed, man. And you know what? I'm going forward with confidence in the Fed. I do believe that what they're doing is good for the economy. It's going to slow things down a little bit. It's not going to kill anything. They'll get inflation under control. And I think it's going to fall off pretty quickly in the winter. So expect a little fear going into September and October. But as we roll into October, I think we're going to see some good things on the market and something positive, and people will start interpreting prices as good value. Coffee break. Yeah, and right now, I mean, the market's selling off. Oh, Thursday we got GDP. We got some good numbers coming out, but everybody's waiting for this right here. A little Powell talk, a little Jackson Hole symposium. So people are actually taking their profit. What's going on right now is they're taking the profits from last week. They're waiting on the symposium and seeing what's happening, and that's going to be the deciding factor. And you could actually see that in the market. So let's jump right to it. So yeah, we take a look at BTC. We're in this channel right here. That's it. I'm just neutral on this thing. I'm watching for the breakout. I'm going to take a breakout up or down. When we start testing one of the two, I'll start talking about my targets. But yeah, we're looking at about 19.8 on the downside. And then retesting this is probably, I'd like to see a breakout to the upside because we're pretty smooth. We'll probably stall around 22 or so. But yeah, you know, your target should be about 23 if we could see that upside break. So we're going to keep our eye on that. And then we get to Earl. Let's take a quick look at oil. So oil's really just testing the support or really just hanging out in that channel. So here's the support. So right now, and this support is consistent on the weekly also. So that makes it a pretty strong support. See, there she be. So, you know, I'm just staying bullish on oil until there's a change in that weekly and daily support. So you could look, if your buy should be bullish, you look for your short intraday entries, be bullish on it. I'd say we're probably topping out at 100 with any catastrophes, but it's looking rather bullish. We may very well test that 100. So that's it. We're just going to remain bullish until breaking that support on oil. And gold is just in this huge channel. I'm not seeing any setups. I'm not impressed with the moves. I haven't made any money on gold. in quite some time. I haven't even taken a position in gold in quite some time. So we'll just let it sit there and fester. And then what do we got? We got bonds. Bonds is making me money. I've been doing well with bonds, and I'm trading the TLTs when I want to go long, and the TBTs when I want to go short. And I'm not even trading them. I'm buying them. More of a swing situation. I'm in them at about 15 right now. I'm looking for 28. As a matter of fact, I just sold some calls against them at 28. So if it goes to 28, I picked up a few extra bucks selling the calls, and they'll just take that position from me at 28. But and I'm talking about the TBT. So it's getting there. It's getting there. It's 27 and 26.96 as a matter of fact. But I think, what are we looking at? We just really have to break that support right there in order for bonds to make a move. So I'm bullish. I'm going to remain bullish on bond prices until breaking. You know what? I'm staying neutral on bond prices right now, pending this support. I go bullish once it breaks that support. And we're looking at the dailies. Let's just grind that down a little bit. Let's see what those 240s are telling me. Yeah, you know what? I got a reverse micro trend right here. On the 240s. So if you're looking for an entry for the TBTs, I don't know how much is in it. I think we're going to bounce off of that 28. But based on these 240s, I'm going to be neutral pending a break of this trend line right here, a break of that reverse micro trend. And you can see the pattern right here, right? The drop down, consolidation, drop down, consolidation. And there's another, that one's kind of obvious. It's a reverse micro trend. So basically, we're making higher lows, but really not making higher highs. A little outlier right there, and then bang. And that's what we're seeing here. We're making higher lows, really not making too many higher highs, and bang. Some people call it a Z pattern, but the folks that I've watched and study under kind of define this as a reverse micro trend. Yep. So that's the dilly, yo. I'm neutral pending a break of that reverse micro trend on bonds. And then let's see, we covered everybody on this here page. Let's get out of here and take a look right here on the ES. And we're testing all this previous support on the ES. You see this little channel right here, and that's what we're in right now. We could come down, see that 40.81. I wanted to see the 122 mark. That closes the previous gaps that we were watching. And those are the gaps in the S&P or the SPX, the composite. We're looking at the futures right here, but that puts us in this channel, and this is it. This is the profit taking. This is right here. This is the Jackson Hole worry. Maybe we'll go into a little consolidation over the next few days. Who knows? This looks like it could be a bear flag. If we break yesterday's low today, we might have an aggressive move, or maybe just a move down to that 81 and test that bad boy out. So this is what we're keeping an eye on, folks. This channel. And we still. It still remains to be seen. Has the market turned, or are we in, or was that a bear market rally? And things aren't that terrible, man. I don't see the doom and gloom, you know. And like we said on the weekly, here we're looking at the weekly chart. We came down, made this bottom, we made a higher high, right? That's a good indication. Well, that broke the downtrend. We know that broke the downtrend. So now we could enter into a consolidation, or we can make a higher low and then continue our move up. So this is the question. I had wanted to see, I didn't want these 3 weeks to be so aggressive. I had wanted to see um, a stop right about here, take these 3 weeks to come down, make that head and shoulders, and then break. I would have really liked that head and shoulders. Head and shoulders, when you see a good, well-formed head and shoulders at the end of a run, that's a pretty reliable setup. So now we're still waiting for the setup. We're waiting for a trend reversal. We have to put in a higher low and then break the high, and that would be a trend reversal setup, which is a good setup. But the head and shoulders a little easier to calculate and establish targets. So, anywho, that's the ES. So, we're neutral pending that support on the daily. There it is, another look, and you could translate that to the S&P if you're doing the work on the markets. You could see that same back consolidation area right here, if you want to roll over and trade, use these patterns on the market. So let's take a quick look, if you all be so kind, at Tesla. Tesla is a big deal right now because they're doing a 3-for-1 stock split. So arguably, the price is going to be under $300. It's going to make it much more marketable for people, and bring a few more traders into the mix. Some people don't trade securities over $600. Or I remember back in the day when I was in it. Usually something got to like $90, $95, they split it. Mutual funds, everybody used to buy on the average $50, $60 securities. So that's where companies used to like to keep their dollar price. Nowadays, it's all about pomp and circumstance. So they're calling attention to themselves with that $900,000, $2,000 target, and I'm sure it has something to do with Berkshire Hathaway and the credit and spotlight we put on Berkshire Hathaway and the value of their securities and things, and their success, obviously. So people are trying to posture like that, and that made for expensive securities, but it eliminates a huge part of the market. A lot of people don't want to invest that large. A lot of people like to take 1,000 shares, and they're not going to drop $300,000 on one security. A lot more people will drop 60 grand on a security. So it makes sense to drop the price. So, but anyway, he's making it more reasonable. I think it'll create a little more volatility and some more trading opportunities for that security. But anyway, we're in this channel, and historically, that a security splits and then shortly after goes back to its pre-split price. Now we're talking about 3 times. I don't know if it's going to do 3 times, but I think it's going to split and eventually head to a respectfully close number to the 900. So we'll watch it. But I think he should do a 5-for-1, but we'll take the 3-for-1. So anyway, we're neutral on it pending this breakout, but this is pretty cool. Watch it for the split, watch it for the breakout. Either direction, you got a good break. You're either looking at the 750. And I guess if it breaks the upside, you're going to have a little congestion around $1,000 mark, and then the $1,100 mark. And then obviously, if you're trading this after the split, this is all going to be adjusted as far as price goes. So that beats Tesla. Take a look at a little Apple. Apple has been screaming, and this isn't a topping pattern. It's trading off. Looks just like the market. It's got all these gaps it could fill in. These could be catastrophe gaps when shit really goes bad. But a single top is rare, so I would watch it for a double top. We may poke down in the next week, 5 points or so, but I would like to see a double top on it. What do we studies? This is real cheesy software. No, we don't want studies. We want a fib retrace. So Yeah, you know what? Arguably, I would start at that, retrace, and go to here. Oh, look at that, man! And we're dancing around the 23%. We could go as low as 38 or 33 really before making that double top. But this would be a perfect place to gain support, do a double top, and then watch. It might make a nice short if you can get a good double top. What you want to see is a little lower high, and you want to see the momentum favor that. Come in, put in a lower high, and then the entry will be there. But we're going to keep our eye on it and watch it. So I'll talk a little bit more about it. Hey, you know what? Microsoft. Everybody's kind of judging the economy on the move of Microsoft. And, there it is. Look at that. I didn't do any fundamentals on this bad boy, but I got to argue. Oh, this is a 5-minute chart. Okay. Here we go. Now that just looks too messy for me, man. What am I feeling? Okay. I would like to see it put in a support around 270 and then start building a channel. It's just too messy. I can't feel anything here. I could see this move right here. I mean, you could argue that this is a head and shoulders right there. So that, I would have had a trend line here. I could see that push up. Is it going to come back and test that trend line? I would like to see it consolidate right around here, and then I'd have a better feel for the direction. So Microsoft, I'm just going to watch. It's just not telling me enough. And that's it, man. That's it. Amazon hasn't really presented anything to me. These guys are all in 5-minute charts too, so can't look at them quickly. I'll be dragging my feet if I carry on with this. So yeah, they all look okay. What I like about seeing this is that I don't see any fear in the market when I look at these charts. Right now I see everybody kind of sitting back, trying to figure out which way things are going to go, which is good because we don't have the initial fear. People aren't looking out. You don't have that panic selling. Now everybody's trying to get a feel for the direction. And, I'm not betting against the U.S. economy. I mean, that's all we do. We have no culture. Most of us have no class. What we do have is capitalism, and we're good at it. So we're going to watch that. We got Russia kicking around. I think China's kind of shot. I mean, they may make some desperate move, but these guys are shot. They've already lost the confidence of the people. Their economy's taking some licks. In my experience with dealing with mainland China culture, as soon as something goes wrong, they get very suspicious, and it's a very superstitious culture. And once they back away and something's damaged goods, that's it. They run and hide. So, I think that people are going to start hoarding cash and hoarding money, and they're going to lose trust in the government and the whole 9 yards. And I think that this cat was making the right moves, and the president of China, and he was viewed as a very open-minded, liberal kind of thinker, and then he just turned around and became authoritarian. So I think he's trying to hijack a country. What I think he hijacked a country and just changed their whole rule. And I think we're looking at Mao times. So, and I think that the mainland people are starting to see that, and they're going to try to flex their muscle, but a lot of their bullshit is going to come out now. And really, our military is much bigger than their military. And, our economy is stronger than theirs. Our culture is more capitalistic than theirs. And our people have more belief in their country than theirs. So, yeah, I think China might be a wrap. So that might be a supply side issue. So we're gonna have to think about that more. What the reaction is going to be. So anyway, those are my babbles. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, send your comments. I'm sure I pissed off a few people talking about China, so let me know. And a couple of links down in the descriptions. So if you want to support the channel and keep it commercial free, I appreciate everything. Yo, spend $1. $1 for my work. Yo, that'd be cool. Yeah, $1 a day for my work. That's cool. Shows a little love to everybody who works on the channel and helps us pump some new ideas into the channel. So again, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Everybody just be calm and cool when you trade. Should be at peace when you do those trades. And good luck with your trades.